Hello and welcome to Galactic Goddess podcast and show. I'm your host, Radhaa Nilia, and today we have a very special guest, Miss Teza. And welcome, Teza.
Thank you. Hi, Radha. How are you?
Wonderful. So happy to be here with you. Teza is an incredible healer. She is an Akashic reader, and I believe you're a teacher as well.
Yes, I'm a spiritual teacher.
Wonderful.
And a nurse.
And a nurse, and she has a couple of books. And do you have a book coming out, right?
Yes, my third book is called Cosmic Soul. It's coming up, and I'm just waiting for the copy. And I want to feel the book, before I launch it. So it's so important.
Oh, it's so exciting! Congratulations on all of that.
Thank you so much.
You've done some incredible things, and you're continuing to do incredible things. The subject we're going to talk about is a very important subject about grief, loss, about depression in men, and also about the need to speak about, sexual abuse and make it much more predominant in our conversation so that people aren't hiding out in shame or in fear.
Yes.
So, speaking of grief, we're here. You've been going through a grieving process for some time now, and you can share, Teza. But Teza lost her son, and I think it was last year. Yes.
Yes, November. It feels like forever, but it's November 2017. Is it last year?
So it's been 1 year, about a year and
a year,
a few months. So I would love to hear from you, everything that you've been going through and what you can share with others.
Well, it really is the deepest, I think it's the darkest night of my soul, because I've been through a lot of stuff, but this is more, because Theo, his name's Theo, he was 33 when he passed away.
So young.
He was, so young, handsome, full of life, We were very close at the get-go because he lived with me for 33 years. He never really left me. So I have other 3 children, and they literally tells me, Mom, why don't you cut the cords? Theo has to be, out there. But we couldn't let go of each other. We love so much. Like he almost, it feels like he's my protector. Because I was a single mom, and I got divorced when he was 15. And he was always there for me. That's how I felt about it. And until the end, it was a crazy, uncalled for. Like, I almost felt like I was being prepared, because few months before he died, I was always on a retreat. I was actually in Los Angeles at Mount Washington with Paramahansa Yogananda.
Yeah.
For 4 days, I was there every day. My brother, will ask me, where do you want to go? I said, no, bring me to the top of a mountain, Mount Washington. Yeah, literally. And then he picks me up in the evening for dinner. And I lost my sense of shopping. I lost my materialism. I literally bought like $200 of incense.
Sounds like me and Sage,
Yeah, right. But
all my money in Sage.
Yeah, I lost this, material world. I'm living in this kind of like I feel like it is my soul's sanctuary. That's how I call it, my soul's sanctuary. And after that, by November, I had a big community event. So I support healers here, and we call it Om Healing Community Event. On November 11, because it's 11/11. It's a portal.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's important for all our healers, light workers to be gathered. So I held this for 2 days, 11 and the 12. And then I went on a retreat again for like a few days. And it was my birthday. And on my birthday, he called me, and he was so happy to hear me. And the day I came back from my retreat, that day he told me that he was so stressed out. He quit his job, and he said to me, Mom, when you're talking to someone and they think you're crazy, and that they think you're crazy, how do you manage this? I said to him, don't think about what other people thinks of you, because you're beyond this. Because he's a genius. He was really an amazing man. Like he could read the book when he was 3 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. He is amazing. Like he was able to be a financial advisor without college degree.
Mm-hmm.
Like the bank was just pushing him to the limit, I guess, because he took a chief financial analyst program.
Wow.
And it's the hardest exam, apparently, according to him. He was always empowering himself. So literally, the bigger picture is he was sexually abused when he was a child, at 3 years old, by a family member. And so for many years, we were going through counseling. And, I thought he was able to, clear or heal himself. Because when you see him from the outside, he exercises every day. He has everything. Yeah, he's everything wholesome, connected, gorgeous, laughing, dancing, happy. But I've watched him grow differently in the last year. He actually let go of everything. He let go of his car. He let go of his style. Like he used to be really stylish on his hair, and then it became just like an artist. It was long. And so everybody was just wondering, who is he? He changed so much. And I felt like it was just, his life was meant to be. I know there's a circumstance about suicide, because we had an investigation. So what happened is, on the day that he was so stressed out, the day that I met him and he was telling me about people think he's crazy and, all these things, he actually asked for a healing. And I had healing with him the whole night. And at 4:30 in the morning, he was standing beside me. He's alive. He's physical, alive. But he was glowing. He was transitioning in the light. And I saw his aura and his light, right? And
this is before it happened.
The accident.
Before the accident. Okay. Yeah. So he was already, his soul was already preparing for his shift.
Yes. And so I truly, I felt scared. I know there was something happening. So that morning at 4:30, I called my ex-husband and my son. I wanted them to be with Theo. And I wanted to call in sick because I'm a nurse. I was a nurse, but I couldn't call in sick because I was teaching a student. So I told Theo that, I couldn't call in sick. I want to be with you. I know you're stressed out, but I can't because, So the whole morning I was texting him and I was calling him. I called him at lunchtime, and that's when he got hit by a truck.
Wow. So he basically just stepped out in front of a truck.
Yeah. And it was an investigation was he took off his clothes before he crossed the street. So he kind of like lost his mental capacity. So it was like a mental breakdown. And he was on coma. So that's a blessing for us because I was able to guide him to his portal.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yes.
That's
you know, this experience was so surreal. We were in ICU and hundreds of people were visiting us. People were bringing food. It was like a feast. I've never seen, in ICU full of people. And we only allow our family, like my son and my daughter, Tiffany, Tristan, and Ted, just asked to see Theo because he was, his skull was open, everything. It's just brain. And we don't want people because this is the only time. And we were given only 2 days. And so we chose, because Theo was like a hero, we chose organ donation. So he was able to give 2 kidneys, his liver and lungs.
incredible.
So incredible gift. And at the end of his life, he was really a true hero for these people that now is alive, right?
Absolutely. That's incredible.
So on that beautiful day of his passing, I call it beautiful because never in my imagination that I would be a spiritual guide to bring him into the light.
So you felt his, like when he was in a coma?
Yes.
I mean, because healers, we connect. We don't do healing on the level of this level. We're going up to higher realms to do that work, and so we can connect with souls up there. We bring our clients up there. So, what was that like? Guiding.
Oh wow, it's so amazing. Like I didn't want to disturb my family because I want to respect their healing, So we were just closing our eyes and my daughter holding Theo's hand. And the doctor told us the harvester is stuck on the traffic for 45 minutes. We were given that time. And Theo was communicating to me, Mom, do this. So I told my children, my family, I'm going to open the portal. I just want you to close your eyes and I will do this for us. So I called Archangel Metatron to open the stellar gateway, the cosmic diamond portal. And I asked the soul of Theo to be surrounded. And actually, I called Archangel Azrael and Jeremiah beside him and to open his book and his life review. So while it was happening, I felt my soul was there watching him with his archangels. And I felt it was time. And so I bow into the source, into God. Like I literally, I just did this. I just did 3 of this. And then I gave and totally surrendered his life.
Yes.
And that was his, and then Tiffany says, Mom, he left. When
that is really, that's so beautiful. That's interesting. Yeah, I do this too.
No, you did that too, yeah.
It's a third eye here, and it's about the surrendering, because we can't hold on to anything in this life. We live this life like we're gonna live forever, and this particular embodiment, and I always say, like, this is just one embodiment of one particle of who I am, and I just see this as one character and one expression, but we're so much bigger, so much more. That's why I think so many people fear death, because they don't understand there's so much more to them than just this physical body. This is a gift. This is a gift, but this is not all the gift we have. We're connected to our higher self, to source. We have so much more. And I think spirituality can help the grieving process, because if like death means the end, then of course there's nowhere to go from there, you know. But what if
people get stuck? Yeah,
people get so stuck and they can't get, you know, it's not like you'll never get over something, you know. I have a dog that passed away, and I still am like, she's still part of me. I see her in the clouds, you know what I mean? But yeah, you're always going to grieve the one you love, their physical presence, because we are humans, and we get attached to physical.
Yes, we miss the touch and the
touch,
kiss,
the hugs, the kiss, the laughter, the smiles, all the beautiful
the dance, and all this motion,
all the magic that our spirit brings through, you know?
You won't believe, in the ICU I was dancing.
Oh
yeah, we put on Drake music because his favorite Drake.
I love it.
And Tiffany was like, Mom, I think you're the only person that danced in the, you know, someone's dying, you know. I was dancing in passion fruit. Because
so
Theo loves passion fruit, and I could still hear his voice when we are driving. He would sing to me, listen, you know, like freaking loving, you know, very such a handsome guy, right? I'm so in love with my son. And so when we got out of when he passed away, there were like 50 people waiting for us in the ICU.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we were gathered around in a circle holding hands, and I don't even understand how I could be so strong, because I know, I believe it's the spirit. I was holding their hands, and I was saying spiritual energies, and that I don't remember what I said. And totally, my daughter Tiffany is the strongest of all of us, because I couldn't function linearly, like all the papers, all the funeral and everything. I couldn't handle it. I gave the power to her, everything. And
wow.
she did it for us. And you know, on the day of his service, there were 560 people. The church was full.
Oh, wow.
The gate, yeah. It was such, like, we were the overwhelming treasure of this experience is the community, the tribe. We did not spend any penny. Can you imagine? One restaurant offered the catering. And that's actually, it's called Wild Thyme. It's a Lebanese food. Theo loves supporting this restaurant. So we used to have dates every week. Theo would take me out for dinner or lunch.
Oh, that's very sweet.
He's such a lover. He would take me out, and he would introduce me to all the owners of the restaurants. And one of them is, Marwan. He fell in love with Theo. Like, he donated all the food for the people. It was such a profound love. Like, it was so amazing. But, you know, that's after that, you know, I went to a deep, deep, dark space. And I told my children, I don't want anyone in my home, because they're always taking care of me. They want someone with me. They thought I was going to lose it. And they were so shocked that I wasn't derailed. You know? So one day, within a week, you know who saved me is Bhagavad Gita.
I know that book. That's the book my parents were reading when I was conceived. That's where my name comes from.
Your name, Radha, is so beautiful. That's Krishna's beloved, right? So this scripture, I opened it, and it says about when we are born, death is certain. And when we die, rebirth is certain. And it is fate. F-A-T-E, fate. So why are you lamenting? Why do you lament when it is all here? Like death and rebirth, right? It's so powerful. It hit me in my subconscious level. It was inner knowing and understanding that we as human beings will all go through this path of when we are born, we're gonna die, and when we die, we're gonna have a rebirth. So if we know that deep within our soul, there is actually a space that we can go, that we could fully connect to the divine source, that this is a part of our incarnation, and that we need to fully accept that we are here, impermanent, uncertain, groundless, and that truly what we only have is the present moment. That this is now what we have, that you, Radha, and me are speaking. Because we don't have any control, we don't have any power over our life and the life of others. We are just, like really passing by here.
Yeah. Like leaves, like I think of fall leaves, the tree. The tree has a beautiful flowers and leaves, and then they fall, and then another season comes and they grow again. Yeah, that's so important to realize that we are so impermanent, and that, that's not being a negative, that's being honest. And when we can be honest, we can actually appreciate life more. We are always, I think, so many times, like, we're running from death. We're trying to run by distracting ourselves, doing something, doing all these things to distract us from the fact that we're not here forever. And it's like, okay,
it's like we're in this freaking ego, right? Like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to publish this, I need to publish that. Well,
it's so funny. I mean, it is funny, but it's beautiful. I find tremendous beauty and comfort in that, because as a starseed myself, I never felt at home on Earth. I didn't feel like I belonged here. And it was when I went back to spirituality that I started to realize that I have a purpose, that I'm here to share while I'm alive. And, that helps. And actually, like, the thought of dying someday is a great idea. Like, I don't, I don't want to live forever, like, it's a great comfort. Like, okay, I'll do my job here, and then I'm off to the
off duty
to the higher realms where I truly belong. This is my stopover, my layover. I never think of, like, Earth as being my full-time. It's like a little job here, a little vacation, whatever you want to call it. It's a stopover. So, like, it's funny. I was laughing because I was they're talking now about living forever, about the certain it's ridiculous. It's so silly. Like, the chips you can get, billionaires can you can upload your consciousness. I'm like, why would you want to do that? This is the densest realm. If you're on a tier of realm, we're on the bottom ring. Like, why would you tether yourself here for eternity? That's ridiculous. And I'm like, no. I mean, because the other realms are so much lighter. They're so much brighter.
Yes.
They're
It's like, now we're at the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah, it's like we're at the bottom, now we're here. Yeah, I'm gonna be a king or queen of the lower realms. Yay. Not. I'm like, no. Yeah, I'm sorry. That doesn't interest me. Like, living eternally is something I do anyways. That's part of my gift.
You do it every day.
We do it every day. And now you're trying to tell me that you want me to be here forever? I'm like, oh my gosh, please.
That's actually probably what the ancient Egyptians were doing when they're mummifying their goddess, right?
Yeah.
Because they want to preserve this this body, this vehicle. But truly, we never, we could go anywhere, anytime, multidimensional state. So that is what I wanted to speak about, living beyond grief.
Yes.
So the living beyond grief, literally, I have this beautiful soul. His name is Brad, and he lost his son. So I met him in October, November, December, January. 3 months we've been connecting, truly intimate about our deep loss and pain. So if you can find this beautiful support, this is what it is all about. It's community healing together. And healing doesn't happen by yourself. Healing takes the whole family.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I have 44 family members on Facebook. It's like a thread.
I love 44. That's 8. Success.
44. Master number, right?
Yes.
So these family members, we all share our pain, our joy, everything. Ever since Theo died, he brought our family so close.
Wow.
We have forgiven each one of us. And that is the most beautiful gift that you could ever have. The DNA, the lineage, the ancestors. I've been praying for all the generations. Yes.
That gives me the chills. Because, he brought you guys together. Theo brought you guys together to heal the family.
Yes, our bloodline.
And so that's such a huge mission. Like, sometimes we can't understand the full picture, and sometimes everyone has a different mission.
Yes.
So we all have different jobs assigned to us that we're here to do, and that's not for everyone else to understand. We just have to keep doing it. And even something as hard as death and loss and grief can bring people together and to forgive.
Yes.
Because forgiving is the hardest thing to do. It's the hardest. Because
you're letting go of your ego, your identity. Forgiving is really about, attachment to your story, your victim story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Forgiving.
Because the victim story gives you a false image or a false entitlement.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you're able to let go, you're able to tap into your highest gift of divinity. You become safe.
Yes, we are all coming back to our sacredness. And that's why it's important to redefine stories, in my book, I talk about some of the things that happen because I think it's important to have conversations. For me, part of my job is to release the shame, shame around like a system buster. Like, I'm releasing the shame around this, so let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it and understand where we can help and support and shine our light. Because when we don't talk about this, the darkness, the light dissipates darkness, literally. So light is information. So when we're speaking, we're communicating from a higher frequency, which is really the divine cosmic light that we're integrating within our being. So then we can be more fully conscious in our own divine self, that we're able to go beyond, live beyond grief, and able to touch other people's hearts through compassion.
Yeah.
And yes.
Kuan Yin.
Kuan Yin,
Kuan Yin is my she's my
master.
Yeah, she's part of me too, but she's one of my great teachers, you know, and embodying that Kuan Yin quality of love and forgiveness, because this life will make you really angry at people.
Yes, and react, right? People, well, because we're human beings, we have DNA, right? We get triggered, and then we lose our sense of embodiment. It literally came to me the other week. I was freaking releasing a lot of karma, and I thought I was over it. Before I released my book, I had to release the last imprint of my karma. I was sexually attacked.
Wow.
I was sexually attacked last week.
Really?
Yes.
How did you deal with that?
Then, actually, my best friend, Brad, I lay down in his sofa and he covered me with blanket and he just let me talk. And I cried the whole night. That's how I dealt with it. The next morning, Radha, I went to his home and I looked into his eyes and I told him what he did to me. And I had forgiven him.
Wow. That's powerful that you could look into his eyes.
Yeah. And I truly recognized his soul was lost. So while I was doing that action, I was devoting and healing others who are sexual abusers.
That hit very strongly because, you know, I think it's safe to say every family has somebody that's been sexually abused. Like, you know, 1 in 3 people, let's be honest about this. 1 in 3 people are sexually abused, and everyone's been hurt by sexual abuse. If it wasn't you, it's somebody you know that was so hurt that it affects their life. And it's it's hard to get to deal with, you know.
And what's the hardest is what's the hardest is my family members did it. You know. So in looking at this person's eyes, I had the courage. I don't even know who am I. Why did I go there? I was so powerful that I didn't have any boundaries to just go and meet him. I called him. I said, I want to see you. And I looked into his eyes and I felt compassion for all sexual abusers. In the deepest level of my soul, I forgave all sexual abusers, the predators.
Because there must be something so hurting inside them that they have to violate another. They must be so wounded to believe that they need to steal someone else's essence and energy. They must feel so depleted. And I mean, I can't particularly relate to that, but I commend you for your powerful compassion, because there is a healing, and there needs to be a conversation at some point about, you know, healing sexual predators if it's possible. You know, I think often they are victims of abuse themselves.
Yes, they are.
And so they have a soul loss where during the abuse they lose part of their soul. So then they're trying to fill that peace again, but you can't fill that peace by violating someone else. You have to do the work inside. And when you do the work, it comes back to you. You can get your soul fragments back. You don't have to lose them forever. I have lost so many soul fragments in my life, and I've called them all back.
Called them back, yes.
Because if I hadn't, you know, when they were gone, I was susceptible to entities. And I had many entities before because I had a lot of trauma. And so I had a lot of soul fragment loss. And it's only when I started doing my healing work that I started to call back my soul fragments. And then I had to get rid of all these entities that were living like in my body that were like, you know, I'm like, excuse me, can I have myself back now, you know? And I felt a difference in my personality, everything, addictions, a lot of things shifted when I got my soul fragments back, because it is possible to heal. You can heal your life. You have to make it important to you though. And it's like I said, you know, people want to chase things rather than be with themselves. You know, they're trying to avoid the pain, just like they're trying to avoid the death, you know, and impeding death. And you can't avoid either. You know, both are going to be there until, you know, you have to deal with the pain, and you have to feel it to heal it. You have to get a really incredible, compassionate healer, you know, maybe go to Teza, or, you know, somebody that can hold sacred space for you, somebody that has great compassion, that's not going to judge you. My mom is a shaman, and she has had sexual predators come to her for healing too, you know, and sexual predators need healing, you know, more than anyone, because they feel so empty inside. And we have to start addressing the root issues here, because if we don't, the cycle will continue.
Never stop.
It has to stop. We have to talk about these things.
We have to. And we're the karma busters, right? We're the karma healers, clear. Like really, truly. Like you know, for me, my I think my strength is facing people in their true vulnerability and hearts on what had transpired, what we had both experienced, and how can I transcend and help you to feel that you are a being that had a mistake, and that I am here to be a space for you to feel sacred again, that you are truly forgiven, and that you matter, your soul matters, and there is true forgiveness, that you'll be able to find the beauty within you. And I felt, you know, that time that was given to me, that portal, that I had to see him in his eyes, in his presence, with no fear. I was able to make him feel he matters, that he was forgiven.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sure spontaneous healing occurred there.
Yes, the two of us. It was meant to be, because I live in metaphors. I live in signs. I'm an archetypal blueprinter, actually. So literally, they call me blueprint curator. So
I love that.
You like that one?
Yes, I do.
My existence is to tap into the blueprint, the Akashic records, and to offer the bigger picture of your soul's journey, your vibrations, and everything that are, you know, currently happening in your lifetime, and to be able to reevaluate, you know, reassess, and help you to have a rewritten record. It is curating a beautiful, expansive field with new frequencies of love, and that you are able to be the architecture of your own blueprint, designed with divine intervention, grace, and love. That is my true
Mm.
existence.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
That
an
is
architect.
beautiful.
It's beautiful. And I'm teaching archetypes actually on Sunday. And I find it so amazing. There's so many people that tells me, this is like years ago, Tessa, why do you keep your teaching in your home? Why don't you just go out there and have this huge, convention? And, Radha, it's so funny how I like my home is
Mm-hmm.
my sacred space.
Mm-hmm.
And when these people come into my home, they are literally souls that were appointed to me.
Mm-hmm.
They are divine appointments for me
Mm-hmm.
to rewrite the records.
Mm-hmm.
So I I can only rewrite records from a small group of certain souls that
Mm-hmm.
was divine given to me.
I like that divinely appointed.
Appointed. Your divine appointment.
I
Like
love
you,
that.
like you are a divine appointment to me,
Mm.
to you. We are divine appointments.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm performing in Anthony Robbins scale,
Mm-hmm.
I would be blown out of my mind to
Mm-hmm.
create a blueprint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a yeah. Can you
I just love
imagine?
it because no, it's true. There is a great truth to this. I can imagine. I do understand because I used to see clients in my home when I lived in Hollywood Hills.
Yes.
And everything was a divine appointment. The people that I met, it was all divinely orchestrated that I was supposed to be with them to help assist them. My home was an extension of my healing. I really imprinted that place with my energy, my essence. It was very magical, and everyone that came there said so, and they can feel your energy. And the moment that they walk in, they go,
Yes. They feel that. Yeah.
they feel your energy, and that's part of the whole curated experience. Since I left that place, I haven't seen anyone in person anymore, and it's been quite different. But there's something sacred, and it is sacred to have a sacred space. It's important when you're doing the work that you're doing. You can't really do it like on that Tony Robbins level. You're not just motivating everybody, you're going into their Akashic records.
Yeah.
You are connecting with their souls. I mean, I like small classes when I do my heart chakra healing workshops, because I don't want thousands of people yet, because I feel like that when the energy is contained, I can still move around it, because it's very intimate, and we're using our heart also as a facilitator. It's very different, because we're not just giving motivational speeches. It's not just like, oh, you're great, you're awesome, you can do this. It's like, we're going into your soul space. And I'm sorry, that's just a little bit different. And like, you're awesome, you can do this, don't ever give up, right? I mean, night and day. One thing is like a motivation that's mental, and the other one is at a deep like heart, mind, body, and soul level. You know what I mean? We're talking about your soul, your infinite self.
Very sacred. It's sacred.
Yeah.
Right?
You're awesome. You can do it. Don't give up. I'm just kidding, you guys. Like,
but it's so true. We can also do that, like we talk to hundreds of people, but the mere the work is so pure. Like, I'm in a space, I'm a retired nurse. I was working 27 years devoted to the elders. I'm like a tree grounded in roots,
I love that.
So it's just amazing. And now that I've been off for a month, you know what happened? I got hired yesterday. I went back to the nursing home.
I love that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your essence is needed, you know?
Yes, I'm a casual nurse, you know. You know what's missing? I'm missing giving love to the elders.
That's huge.
Yes, I miss that connection, being a portal for elders when they transition. They're transitioning with love, not fear, not abandonment of their family members.
Ooh, chills, yeah, chills.
But I'm there as love, as it's not even the nursing part is nothing. I'm there to be a space of love to the elders.
You're holding sacred space, and that's the thing with a lot of starseeds, light workers. Like we go into different spaces because we are there to bring our light space, our light codes, our heart codes. We're here to elevate the energy, and you don't even have to do anything other than what you're doing. Sometimes you just walk into a room and you can just feel it, because it's when you ground into yourself the way that you have, and you've gone through all of this work, you've studied, you start to work on a soul level. You're now bringing in a bigger piece of yourself. You know, you're bringing a bigger part of your soul into your body, and so many people are needing more of their soul in their body. You like fully embody while you're here. Don't like while you're here, be committed to being here and bring that soul in, so that when you go anywhere, you are bringing your light wherever you go, and that affects the space. We are co-creating this reality. We are you know, it's just like the sacred geometry. We bring that we're creating sacred geometry with our
we're creating grids, sacred grids.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, and our portal, I'm channeling. I'm seeing a portal. Our body is a portal that we hold space that illuminates this magnetic field wherever we are. That's why they say 144,000 light workers, right? And we're all here. We're all holding crystal grids. So once we connect like this, Radha, we're activating the crystal grids of these viewers, these people that will reach, you know, reverberate in their inner ear. It will activate their sensories and multidimensional state. And that is a rippling effect of what we're creating in this certain portal that was divinely guided, orchestrated, because we are compassionate goddess, really, galactic, and we embody all these masters that had been here. So we're just this huge pillar of light, that every words that we speak, your books, every books that you create, the words reverberate and activate their frequencies to bring healing to all human beings that are still in the process of awakening. So it is very sacred for us to meet and create the Zoom. It's so beautiful.
Co-creating. we are here to create the new well, I don't know if it's new, but the geometry. That's a shaman came into my mom's gallery when I was a teenager and told me I was going to help co-create the light grids, the new earth. And I was like, what are you talking about, lady? And so that's exactly what we're talking about now. I mean, it took me so many years to understand what she was saying.
Like for how many people, right? Like we have to meet in Los Angeles in your book launch.
That's right. Yes, Kuan Yin.
Kuan Yin. And Kuan Yin is always with me because of the Buddhism, and I bring Kuan Yin, you know, the compassion, and you know, all the feminine divine energies are within us. We're encoded with this, and we're now shifting into our feminine power, our given divine gifts. So amazing.
It is so amazing. I just have to say, I see Kuan Yin so much in you. Her essence, really, you emanate Kuan Yin very much. Very much.
Oh my goodness. You're so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. As are you, my dear. We're soul sisters, for sure, on the same galactic, you know.
Yeah.
Let's drop down for a little, you know.
Where are you going?
Where are you going? I'm going to planet Earth. What about you? Want to suffer a rendezvous, create some light codes, you know. Reactivate the sacred geometry.
Sacred geometry. Why not? Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
It's so funny.
Wow, so
you have to have some humor about it, because it's quite funny. It's quite fun. I have to say, like, the more and more I've got into it, the more fun it gets.
It is, right? It's a ride. It's a ride. So I find it's like a ride of waves.
Yeah.
I go up and down, ebb and flow, and then I shift and I dance, and then oops, that's it. I'm dancing. So it's kind of like, oh my God, it's so magical, right?
So magical. I love this trip. I mean, I'm really enjoying being here. But it makes it more fun when you meet people like you that you know, like, because then we're like, it's like, it's exciting. Then you get all excited again, you know. You got to meet your soul tribe, you know, your galactic starseed tribe. Then life gets really, really fun.
Wow, this is so awesome. Thank you so much. And I feel like we should do this more often, and then we go back and forth, and then it's so cool. I love it. I love it.
I love it too. It's so great to spend time with you. I've been craving. I was like, I wish we lived closer, because I would love to just spend time with you. But this is a wonderful way to connect, you know?
Yes. So, are you staying in Los Angeles for a while?
Here, yes. I'm working on I'm working on my audio book and have some projects here. So yeah, I'll be here.
I'll fly there around July. My grandson, my child's having a baby.
Oh, how exciting!
Yes, our second grandchildren. It's a boy.
Oh, I'm getting chills. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Theo, is that you?
People want to
like Theo.
Come back.
Isn't that interesting? So, you know, a lot of souls, we keep incarnating into the same lineage.
Yeah.
So then, and sometimes we pick up right where we left off. You know what I mean? Yes. We pick up where we left off, and that's why sometimes we have those bonds that are just like, whoa, they're so powerful, so strong. It's so beautiful. I'm excited for you. I think this baby is going to be like, your heart's going to be like, whoa. Maybe you'll end up moving closer. Who knows?
I know. I'm like, I want to. Literally, there's a part of me that wants to let go of everything. And by July, I'm going to be in LA. And then August, New York.
Ooh.
November, Manila.
Wow, look at you.
I'm teaching Akashic Records in Manila. It's time.
Oh my gosh. I just got chills. I got chills, because that's what I always said, that I wanted to go back. And the Philippines, I feel like, is ready to learn about healing, healing modalities, healing arts, because that's who we were.
And actually, we are the Lemurians. The Filipinos are Lemurians.
Yes.
So we're activating the Lemurians, and we're gonna have retreats in there. So that's my plan, to have retreats. And you're welcome anytime when we have the retreat.
Thank you.
And I already have the orphanage that I'm teaching how to alter their consciousness.
I'm getting like so many, like, I can feel like shivers of light. This is incredible. I want you to connect with my mom, Maya the shaman.
Where is she?
She's right now she's in the Appalachians, but she's been talking about wanting to work with the orphanages in the Philippines, wanting to work with the kids.
She has to come.
She's been wanting, that's been on her heart. And she's even talking about possibly adopting, a child. And she wants to help the orphanages in the Philippines. So I was like, you gave me the chills. I was like, I need to connect you two. Have to connect. And she's really into the Lemurian, Lemurian healing and bringing back the Lemurian codes, because with the Great Fall of Lemuria, we lost so much of our understanding and knowledge of who we were. But it's time to remember. It's time to reactivate, to help, and especially the young children. That's so important. I mean, let me know. I would love to be involved in that.
November.
Okay. We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about it, and it's so amazing. We have houses there. I have how many brothers? I have 2 brothers and 3 sisters that lives there. So we really, and I don't know what's gonna happen, but my brother has a mango plantation.
Oh, that's my paradise.
Yes, I had a vision that we were doing retreats, bringing people, farming, organic, helping missions, orphanage. So let's see how it unfolds. But November, I will come to teach Akashic records there.
Oh my gosh, I might just go with you. You never know.
Yes. And we already have Robert Rubin is half American. He used to live in Las Vegas, and he has a school, Mysterium, and he's a mystic, and he has a school. So he brings all these international speakers, healers, and I will connect you. So
incredible.
When I come there, you'll be able to also teach, right?
And then I love that. The goddess activations. That's what I'm teaching.
Yes.
And also heart chakra healing, because it's time for us to heal our hearts, to activate our high heart.
Higher heart.
We've been so much in pain in our low heart, and that's part of the process, but we need to start moving that sludge out so we can be in our true self, Oh my gosh, I'm so excited, Teza. I had such a blast talking with you, and we were talking about grief, but I know living beyond grief, and part of that is really being in your purpose, in your mission, knowing that we are here to help others in the ways that we can. We've all been given a certain gift, and to find your gift, to activate your gift, and to know that when you help others, you're truly also giving back to yourself in ways that you can't even imagine. So just something to think about. But you're so on purpose, Teza. Your light is shining through. I love and appreciate your presence and your friendship. Thank you for coming on and all of the wisdom you shared with us today. Much love to all of you. I'll put Teza's link below. She does Akashic readings. You might want to get one. They're incredible. I talked about Akashic records before, and maybe we'll just do an episode about Akashic records. So.
Oh yes, that would be great.
Wonderful. Much love.
And I'll see you soon.
What's that?
See you soon.
Absolutely. See you soon. I can't wait. Bye-bye.